There's no rule that says you have to use regular bread to make bread pudding. From my pumpkin gingerbread pudding, I start by making a pumpkin loaf. And this is a delicious recipe all on its own, but then I use the custard and turn it into a decadent dessert. So I've softened up half a cup of butter just by creaming it by hand, and I'll add to that a cup of sugar. And give it a stir. Once your butter and sugar are blended, you add 2 eggs, one at a time, and you beat well after each addition. My eggs are at room temperature. That way, I won't chill down my butter as I'm adding it. Ingredients of a like temperature come together far easier. Now that I've worked in the first egg, I can work in the second. I have a cup of plain pumpkin puree, so no added sugar or spices to this, and I'll add a cup of milk to it. Give this a little whisk. What I love about this pumpkin loaf is that gorgeous orange color. I'll add this to the bowl as well. Now for my dry ingredients, 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'll add to that a 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'll sift that all together. So I stir in the dry ingredients just until blended, and then it's ready to go in the pan. So quick bread really does earn its name. I have a loaf pan that's been greased and lined with parchment. Oh, gotta love that gorgeous color. I'll just get the batter into the pan. There we go. The pumpkin loaf is ready for the oven, which I've preheated to 350, and it does take 60 to 70 minutes for it to bake. I'll let that cool in the pan for about 30 minutes and then turn it out to cool completely. Now, of course, you can make this ahead and freeze it and use it when you want to make your bread pudding. And part of the beauty of this bread pudding recipe is it is a perfect make-ahead dessert. So unlike that basic bread pudding, I'm actually using the fresh loaf. And I'm gonna cut this into cubes. For the custard base, which really has the gingerbread flavor, I start with 4 eggs and 2 egg yolks. And since gingerbread itself has a nice rich color, I add a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, 1/4 cup of fancy molasses. I'll whisk this together. I have 3 cups of milk here, and I'll add to that a cup of whipping cream. So you've got a nice balance of richness. I'll whisk this in. And now to add those classic gingerbread spices. First, a 1.5 teaspoons of ground ginger, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/4 teaspoon each of ground allspice and ground cloves. find this combination reminds me of pumpkin pie spices. It's got all that pumpkin goodness, but no need to make pastry. That's really exactly what I'm going for. Now I'll pour this over my pumpkin bread. And I'll give it a stir to coat. I'll set this aside for about 10 minutes. And after the 10 minutes, you really can see how it breaks down a bit. So this recipe does feed a crowd. So I use a 9-inch springform pan. I've greased my pan. I line the outside of it with tin foil because the pan is going into a water bath, just like so. And as your water bath, you want to pick a dish, a roasting pan or pot that you can set your pan into. In goes the full batter. And it comes almost to the top of the pan. My oven's preheated to 350, and after you've added the boiling tap water and put it in the oven, it takes about 90 minutes for it to cook. After the pumpkin gingerbread pudding comes out of the oven, I let it cool to room temperature, and then I chill it completely. So it is an ideal make-ahead dessert. And it's interesting because it's best served chilled. What I love about this dessert is that it really reminds me of pumpkin pie, that beautiful spiced custard, but it's more cake-like. Beautiful. Get that great orange color. A dollop of whipped cream is perfect. Add a little sparkle with a pinch of cinnamon. Now that's bread pudding taken to a new level.